Good morning. It is January 13th, 2017. This is BJax from Common Corner. And today my topic it will be on President Obama's speech today that he basically, well actually it wasn't today, it was 2 days ago. He did a farewell speech to address America that he was leaving office and that he is basically going into, I guess, retirement or going into other areas of government. I had to hear the uh, the speech first so that I would be able to uh, react to it. And basically, after hearing this speech with Obama, it basically sounded like any other speech. It was really nothing special about it personally, and there wasn't anything that was tying into me that was tying into black communities. Um, um, to those minorities that he speak of. When he speaks of minorities, he basically speaks. He takes all the minorities and puts them together. I notice most of the time he speaks of all the Asians. Everybody is a minority. Okay, and he does that, I believe, out of fairness or to try to show the other nations that he's not a president for the black people. He's just a president for all the people. And I kind of get that. But at the end of the day, when we look at what he has actually done, and he wants to claim to be the first African American president. Well, what would an African American president have done for African Americans? I think he would have done a little more than allow gays to get married. There were so many controversial issues in regards to homosexuality, especially with the bathroom situation where transgenders can use bathrooms if they relate to that particular sex, which is insane and crazy. And it shouldn't be so hard or to be a rocket scientist to understand why that is a concern. Myself personally, I have a child. I have a 10-year-old daughter, and I would not trust a 10-year-old daughter to be in there with a man who claims to be a woman. And that's just me, and that's just my concern. The same way a woman can be concerned about a man just in the bathroom with you, she should be concerned about a transgender being in the man with her, being in the bathroom with her as well. But anyway, I didn't really want to get onto that so much. I wanted more so to talk about President Obama and basically what he done. It was nothing, absolutely nothing. This whole speech was just basically. It seemed like it was. Um, we're going to go through the motions. I'm leaving. I have to say a speech, and I'm gone. As I looked at the crowd of the people that he spoke to, majority of those crowds appeared to look like white people. Majority of those people in those crowds were homosexuals. I really didn't see. There were some Black American, African American males there, but those males looked like homosexuals. And once again, I'm just trying to make a point to you that this administration did not support the black male. Just like any other group can say they didn't support us or didn't support this, he did not support the black heterosexual male. I will say that. He spoke about health benefits that he provided. Okay, and he spoke about a lot of things basically abroad. Some things that he did domestically as far as bringing in um, Osama bin Laden. But at the end of 8 years, when I sit here and I look at all the things that he spoke about, I do believe in the first 4 years. Let's go ahead and give it to him. We go ahead and give him a clap. I'm gonna clap, and the reason why I'm going to clap is because he played a good role in fooling the shit out of me. Basically, to see a black man come on the scene and thinking that hey, the way he was speaking at first, he was talking. It sounded like he was talking about grassroots issues, things that go on in the neighborhood, and speaking of all the things that prior administrations were not able to reach out to urban communities and so forth and so forth. So basically, using this rhetoric in this conversation did lead me to believe that there was a possibility that there would be a black man that would be put into the office and that would be in the office to do some things for people that look like him. I don't really know how much he could have done, but at the same time, let's look what he did do. I, brought homosexuality into the forefront of America. He you talk about the closet. He brought it all the way out and put it right in our face. I don't see how he protected the black communities. I don't see how he protected the children by censoring anything that they have to look at or to see on TV. I just don't think he did a good job of supporting the black family. The black family. Period. I mean, maybe I missed some things there. I don't know. Feel free to comment on that, though. But once again, Obama seemed to have just been there for the black woman. Okay, she has, she's everywhere, man. I mean, she's in the back of that joint, clapping and supporting him, and this is I guess in her eyes, this is how every black man should be or should look or should sound, because he speaks so eloquently, and and I guess he was supposed to be the prodigal son. That the guy, here he comes, all young, black, and energetic, and he's gonna come in. He has all the answers and shit, and getting smart with the white man. Then gets in office and does nothing. Boom, get the clamps put on him. That's tight defense. Couldn't do a goddamn thing. Only thing he could do is allow the homosexuals to marry one another and basically say that we can get health insurance if we pay for it. Always knew we had to pay for it. I really didn't see anything that was new about that. Maybe some people can comment on that and maybe give some additional details how that really factored into our lives, because I really don't see where it made a difference in our lives. He speaks on unemployment. He says unemployment has gone down. I honestly can tell you that looking in my neighborhood and seeing the same people every day, they still have the same choices. I mean, in their community, absolutely nothing. There's no jobs in these communities. Fast food restaurants, and you have all types of different immigrants that are selling food and things in your jurisdiction, in your community, and they don't hire you there. So where are you supposed to work? Are you supposed to work for Burger King? They don't want to give you 40 hours, by the way. So if you don't get 40 hours, you don't get medical insurance. And if they don't meet labor, they can tell you to go home at any time. So where's the stability? What jobs? Where did they go? We didn't get those jobs. We did not get those jobs. I don't know who got them. And let's think about this. After the first 4 years, he then came back and he asked us for another 4. We thought to ourselves, well, maybe the first 4, because they put that defense, that they put them clamps on him so tight he wasn't able to do anything. Then we'll give him another 4 years. Maybe some of the things he was trying to do, we can get in. Plus, he'll have a Democratic Congress and all these good things. Nothing, man. And let me tell you why. Because he sided with the homosexuals too much, man. America was not ready for that. I don't care what you say. You can say somebody's homophobic. You can say whatever you want to say. That shit is shocking to some people. Okay? They're not used to seeing stuff that they've seen. The programming that they've seen. They blame this administration for that. Whether you want to believe it or not. And what's tagged on to this administration? The Democrat being what? Blacks. All the misfits just fell up under there. And as blacks, man, we get cheated every time, man. We get cheated every time. Because we don't know how to play politics. Because we don't know what to do with our money. That's why our politic game is busted. We try to go all the way to the top with the president. Hell no, he's not doing a goddamn thing for you. The best you can do is get a representative or someone to do something for your corner or your street. And that's where the money needs to be pulled in. Give your money out for a purpose and a reason to back what you want to get done. But it seems like we do the same thing every time. And I always say this. Look at all the other minorities that he speaks of. The minorities that you never see march. The minorities that you never see them say, I'm going to vote for Obama. I'm sorry, I'm going to vote for Obama. I'm going to vote for Trump. You don't see these minority groups. They always talk about the African American and the Hispanic. The 13%. The 13% of the country are the African Americans, and the Hispanics, that they probably fall up on the 10 somewhere, and that 10 they're adding in with everything else, and 77% belongs to the white man. So the white man is running all this. Okay, the white group has basically put this man in office and played him off as a black man. So so 100 years from now, blacks will take the blame for all this madness that's going on. Yes, homosexuality is wrong. It's wrong. It says it in the Bible. It's wrong. But Obama also cried. He wiped tears from his eyes, and I personally think he cried because he realized he didn't do a damn thing. I think he cried because he realized that he basically bamboozled you for 8 years. He sat up there, he didn't do a goddamn thing. He didn't do nothing for you. He didn't do anything for you. I didn't see him use his executive privileges basically to do anything to help black people. What special programs do we have? He talks about minorities getting paid more, women getting paid more. Well, that basically, I don't have a problem with women getting paid more, but that right there is the split in the black family right there. I mean, you basically tell a woman that she doesn't have to work with the man that she created this baby with. You give her an option out and make it easy for her to separate. Everybody knows the black woman is getting the jobs. They are getting the jobs because they're easy to hire. If you want to say I hire minorities, I hire black people and I hire women. You hire a black woman. You don't hire a black man. They don't want to deal with a black man. Not a black man is trying. Not a black man that's trying to better his life. Not a black man that is trying to move up in the company. They don't hire him. They look at his name on the resume and they type in his zip code and they determine whether they want to even bring him in for an interview or not. That's how it rolls. I've been there. I've been to companies where it's all black women. It's just all black women. I guess all the black men are locked up, so they don't get any of those jobs. I find that hard to believe. They know that these families are separated, so they just hire the black women. Meanwhile, she's getting child support and she gets the job, and the black man gets no job and jail. And this is the Obama administration. This is what he supports. This is what all Democrats have supported. The separation of the black family. This man doesn't care. He doesn't care about you. He went to school and they gave him an education on how the white man thinks. The white man thinks about profit. So thinking about profit doesn't necessarily include you. You could be working for a company that makes $1 billion in profit every year, and you not make 40 hours because that particular store is not pulling its weight. So they'll close that store in your neighborhood. While the company's making $1 billion profit, but because your store doesn't pull its weight, they'll close that store. Now that store is a job, a wage, and a means to pay bills. But it will get closed if it doesn't make profit. And this is how this administration thinks and this system thinks. Everything is profit. It's not about you. It's all about the profit. How much money can we make? Services are less and less, and prices and fees are more and more. They're finding new ways to give you less and less for more. Well, basically, I didn't really want to get off the subject too much. I just want to speak on Obama's speech, and like I said, once again, looking at the speech, it wasn't, it looked like he was just trying to get out of there on his speech. I don't care what the hell he was talking about. He just couldn't get to me this time. He couldn't get to me. He was crying and wiping tears, and all the black people are upset and mad. But this is what you need. This is something that black people need to see, so they can start working together and start realizing that you really don't have a foot. You really don't have a foot in this establishment. It's not meant for you. They don't even want to see your ass there. They're trying to figure out how the hell you got there. But anyway, that's B-Jax from the Comment Corner. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. If not, thumbs down. If you have any information, maybe something I said wrong or something that wasn't accurate, please feel free to leave a comment. Thank you.